is Liz Carlson. I'm from Vashon, Washington. I have been in Dubai since October 2020, and I arrived here one day after finding out I was pregnant. Mainly all the lifestyle changes that I needed to make were in place by the time I was pregnant. I had been increasing my water intake, I had cut out caffeine and was taking herbal teas, I had stopped drinking alcohol, and I had increased my daily activity. So for the most part, my lifestyle was pretty dialed in by the time I was pregnant. I entered into my pregnancy at a voluptuous weight, shall we say. It was very healthy. I don't necessarily believe that you need to eat for two when you're pregnant. I believe that you need to eat quality, certainly over quantity. You know, one of the most important things I did to ensure that I didn't gain too much weight was I just made sure that the food that I ate was high quality, was well sourced. I made sure I bought a lot of organic foods if I could. And I tried to get protein into every meal. I increased my water intake, so I would start my day with a nice liter of water. I tried to get at least 3 liters of water in a day. You know, I eat a pretty clean diet already, but I wanted to make sure that everything that I did eat went straight to fueling my baby. Moving in the middle of a pandemic, while attempting to get pregnant through IVF and then becoming pregnant has to be probably one of the biggest challenges, certainly of my life. To manage moving overseas into a new culture, I really relied on the rituals that I had established and when it came to diet and rest and exercise. In regards to physical activity, I think it's really important that women learn to tune into their bodies and listen to their bodies. I think that daily activity, moderate activity is perfect for a pregnancy. I really didn't do much more than going for walks and going for a swim. Like, I kept my exercise routine to things that I had been doing before the pregnancy, for my own mental health and for just relaxation. And then I continued it through the whole pregnancy. In fact, I took a swim the night before I was induced, the first time. So it was really good for me to get out every day for a walk, just to listen to the podcast, to take a few minutes for myself, and think about the pregnancy and think about my body and keep my muscles moving, just simply breathing and that kind of thing. I made sure that I monitored my heart rate to some degree. For the most part, my activity was really just for my own mental health and for to get my heart rate up a little bit. I would say that the most challenging trimester for me was definitely the third trimester. I was having difficulty eating and figuring out what I could eat and keeping food down, and it was a real challenge for me to work around that. And luckily I had access to the gastroenterology clinic here at King's that helped me work through those issues. I think it's really important to remember that this is an IVF pregnancy. You know, we did have some medical help getting pregnant. You need somebody to help control the variables, and that's what we certainly did with our pregnancy. And we're blessed to be able to do this at my age. I would also say that I knew that I had the body, and I knew that my body could handle a pregnancy at my age. I was a competitive athlete for a number of years. And so going into the pregnancy, while I wasn't the healthiest I've ever been or most fit that I've ever been, I knew that my body could handle the pregnancy, and I just carried on with a lot of the activity and a lot of the healthy behaviors and habits that I had developed through my life.